paradigm shift in geopolitics, Europe's response to evolving threats. The world has irrevocably changed. This isn't mere hyperbole. It's the stark assessment of Ursula von der Leyen, President of the European Commission, a sentiment echoed by a growing chorus of concerned European leaders. Speaking to reporters, she articulated a palpable shift in the geopolitical landscape, a fundamental alteration that demands a reassessment of Europe's security architecture and its place in a rapidly evolving global order. Her message is clear: democracy and the rule of law are under siege, and Europe must respond decisively. Von der Leyen's declaration, delivered just under 100 days into her second term, resonates with a profound sense of urgency. While she carefully avoided mentioning names, the implications were clear, drawing attention to the unpredictable actions of global leaders and the erosion of traditional alliances. The subtle yet powerful message underscored a concerning trend: a world increasingly governed by transactional relationships, where core values like democracy and the rule of law are routinely disregarded. The gravity of the situation is reflected in the bold proposals emerging from Brussels. Last week, EU leaders committed to a substantial increase in military spending, a key component of von der Leyen's ambitious €800 billion, £670 billion plan. This unprecedented initiative allows member states to bolster their defense capabilities through increased borrowing without facing penalties under the EU's stringent fiscal rules. The scale of this commitment underscores the depth of the perceived threat and Europe's determination to fortify its defenses in the face of escalating global instability. The nothing-is-off-the-table approach to defense funding signals a dramatic shift in priorities, placing security at the forefront of the EU's agenda. While repeatedly affirming the US as a key ally, von der Leyen acknowledged the existence of significant disagreements. The elephant in the room, though unmentioned by name, is the disruptive influence of Donald Trump. His suspension of US military aid and intelligence sharing with Ukraine, his disparaging remarks about President Zelensky, and his apparent tolerance of Putin's brutal attacks on Ukrainian civilians have cast a long shadow over the transatlantic relationship. These actions, far from being mere political disagreements, represent a profound challenge to the shared values that underpin the alliance. Von der Leyen's acknowledgement of discussion points is a diplomatic understatement reflecting a deep concern about the reliability of a formerly steadfast ally. From a European perspective, the situation serves as a stark wake-up call. The urgency is further amplified by the escalating violence in Ukraine. The devastating attacks this weekend, resulting in at least 14 deaths and countless injuries, have galvanized calls for increased military support. Prime Minister Kaja Kallas of Estonia, a staunch advocate for stronger European defense, has amplified these calls, warning that a failure to act decisively will lead to further suffering amongst Ukrainian civilians. The consequences of inaction are simply too dire to contemplate. The stark reality is further highlighted by the troubling statistics regarding European energy imports. Despite a significant reduction in the import of Russian pipeline gas, coal, and oil, Europe purchased a staggering 18.8 million tons of Russian liquefied natural gas in 2024. This reveals a complex and uncomfortable truth. While rhetoric emphasizes the need to reduce dependence on Russian energy, the reality reflects a continued reliance on Russian resources, creating a precarious vulnerability within Europe's energy security. This reliance underscores the need for a broader, more strategic approach to energy independence, a crucial element of overall security and resilience. The situation facing Europe is multifaceted and complex. It's not simply about military preparedness, it's about the very foundations of democracy and the rule of law. Von der Leyen's declaration marks a critical turning point, signaling a shift from a period of relative complacency to one demanding proactive and decisive action. The unprecedented investment in defense, coupled with the acknowledgement of strained alliances, reflects a profound understanding of the challenges ahead. The path forward requires not just increased military spending, but also a renewed commitment to upholding democratic values, strengthening alliances with like-minded nations, and fostering true energy independence. The stakes are high, and the consequences of inaction are simply unacceptable. The future of European security, and indeed global stability, hangs in the balance.